5 manifestation mistakes to avoid that will actually bring you the opposite of what you want. And so essentially what I'm saying is, if you do not avoid these mistakes, if you do not become aware of these manifesting mistakes and then essentially do the opposite, you are going to get the opposite of what it is you truly want or you truly desire. So that's coming up next. We're going to get right into it coming up next. Hi there, my name is Dave and this is HeartSpace if you're new to the channel, where we are releasing videos almost every single day to help you live life in your way. And we do that through videos like this that go over things like manifestation, law of attraction, how to live a fulfilled life, how to live a life that's just on your terms, one you actually would be happy to wake up every morning and go, wow, what an amazing life I live. So if you want more videos that are going to help you to do that, just hit that subscribe button and bell icon down below so you don't miss any of our weekly, near daily uploads. Anyway, like it says, guys, we're going over 5 manifesting mistakes in this video. Had a little more fun with this one, drawing some stuff up on here. Now, don't judge me on my art. I am not an artist, so a lot of this is the best that I could really do. Maybe it'll get better over time as we continue doing this. But we're gonna get right into number 1 right here, and we're gonna go in order, giving you the 5 biggest manifestation mistakes that, again, not only prevent you from manifesting, period, but sometimes can even bring you the opposite of what it is that you actually want. So let's get into it. So guys, the first one, the first huge mistake that is not only going to prevent you from manifesting, receiving what it is you want, but will definitely give you its opposite more times than not, is simply complaining. And so as you can see here, we have a dude complaining. But I have a mentor who says something very interesting about complaints. And he says, if you want your external circumstances to change, well, complaining is the glue that keeps you stuck to your external circumstances or your current circumstances. But so many people think that they can want something, yet moan about their current circumstances and things will change. But they almost never do when you go in that route. So we have our guy kind of complaining there. And this is just to represent, you know, if you complain and you're sending out that kind of energy into the universe, you shouldn't expect anything different to come back. It will just be exactly the same thing. And so look at your life and see if there's any area which you say you want to manifest certain things in, or you say you want to change in some ways. Are you complaining about your current circumstances or complaining in any way when it comes to that area? So for example, a lot of people say they want abundance. They want to bring more wealth, more abundance in their life. But then they get a bill and they start complaining about their lack of abundance, or they start complaining about how they never have enough. Well, if you are more focused on these complaints than you are creating the inner reality of your own abundance, then you're only ever going to receive back the thing that you're complaining about. Remember, the universe will give you what you ask for it consistently. The thing you are more asking of the universe of, is what you will get back. And so if you're asking the universe more for abundance, and you're rooting yourself in the energy and the feeling and the emotion, energy, emotion of abundance, then guess what? You will start to see that reflected in your physical reality. If you, however, say you want abundance, but then complain to your friends about your money issues, or even consider yourself to have money issues, or you then go, you know, this is stupid, I'm not abundant, you know, I don't see abundance. If you're expecting abundance to turn up first, and then you'll use that as the evidence to see yourself as abundant, well, good luck. It's going to be a very long journey of no abundance ever if that's the way you want to go. And so one of the biggest mistakes, again, and just one of the most simple, is people are complaining about their current circumstances, always moaning about it, always gossiping, always doing these things, right? You know, oh, this person has this and I wish I had it. Like, why can't I be like this person? It's not fair that this person has this amount of money, or this thing, or this person in their life, or whatever else it is. But complaining about what you do not have is, again, the best surefire way to make it so you never have that thing. But if instead, for example, if you want abundance, you focused on gratitude, and you focused on what you already had, and you gave thanks to that, and then you entertain the ideas that came in from that energy, you would start to find that more and more things would manifest in your life. But number 1 cardinal sin when it comes to manifestation is complaining. So keep that in mind as we move on to number 2, which is a very fun one. So number 2 is one of my favorites, and you can see my very amazing artistry here depicting this, but essentially, I actually looked at an image of the Family Guy God, you know, the God in Family Guy to make this. But essentially, this represents God, the universe, higher self, whatever it is you want to use. It can even represent the law of attraction. I put the big U for the big universe. And you can see, based on his lazy eye and his very non-emotional expression there, that he's fed up with this dude. And the reason is the number 2 mistake that's going to ruin your manifestations, and again, usually bring the opposite, is micromanaging the universe. You can also say micromanaging the process, micromanaging God, but micromanaging the universe. You have to understand that this is a co-creative process. When it comes to the law of attraction, you transmit out what it is you wish to receive through your energy most of the time. So mainly it's your energy, your emotion, energy and motion. But then you don't really have a say in what gets transmitted back other than that. And so what a lot of people will do is be like, I want this, but then they'll try and keep peeking behind the curtain to see, oh, is my manifestation on its way? You know, how's it going, universe? Is you doing all right there? You know, like after that, you should do this. Then remember, I want that. And, you know, the universe is like over here, just like, guys, just let me do my thing. It's okay. Let me take hold of that. I got this. You know, you're in the river and you're like, okay, I want this. So if I just if I just float on this river, it looks like it will take me to where I want to go. So I'll do it. But then you're like, oh, is this really going to take me where I want to go? And you hold on to a rock and you're like, oh, I think I see a better route up that way. And the universe is like, just relax, let go. This is a co-creative experience, a co-creative relationship. You come to the table with your energy consistently, what you're doing, and I'll take care of the rest. But so many people do not trust the universe to take care of the rest. They think that they can do a better job. Have you ever been in a position at a job or known someone who's been in a job who would do a much better job at what they're doing, but then their boss comes over and micromanages them like, yeah, you should do it like this or like that, and it's breaking up their flow and it's breaking up their momentum in what they're doing? Well, you're doing that to the universe if you keep checking in on your manifestation, if you keep looking. You know, a lot of people say, you know, ask and then let go. Ask and then stop asking. Ask and then be like, okay, I trust that the universe will bring about the best case scenario or what's best for me on its own. It doesn't need me to come in and micromanage. Guess what? The universe knows what you truly want. The universe knows the energy you're coming from. And so number 2 is stop. Again, micromanaging. Managing the universe. Stop micromanaging God. Stop micromanaging the process. Guess what? The universe, God, the process is perfect. It knows what it's doing. It's been doing it for who knows how long, billions of years. Then you come along, having lived, you know, a couple decades, a few decades, and think you know better. And look, you are a part of the process. It's a co-creative relationship. You come in and you actually say what you want. Don't complain. You come in with a good energy. You visualize those things that you want, and that's great. But then if you come in and try and do the universe's job for it, it's going to block your manifestation. And again, it can even give you the opposite of what it is that you want. So do not micromanage the universe. It's a huge mistake most people make. This is probably the one I make the most and I have to get better at, letting go. Usually this one is very hard for men because we like to have an element of control in our life. But sometimes we cross the line when it comes to the things that we can control versus the things that aren't in our control. Understand the process that the universe is doing, you actually have no control of anyway. But when you start trying to take control of it, you, again, break up the momentum, the flow that the universe is trying to take what you're giving it and run with. So stop micromanaging the universe, stop complaining. Let's get on to number 3. So number 3 is another big one because a lot of people, when they start approaching the law of attraction or even spirituality, they believe it's all about just sitting down and thinking good feeling thoughts and just doing nothing. Like you're just going to sit there and I'm going to sit on my couch and I'm going to visualize money raining down and I'm bathing in that money and oh, that's so good. And gold coins are just falling and precious gems and, you know, whatever you want. The Lamborghinis just easily floating, you know, like they don't really float in the physical realm, but this is my visualization. Don't tell me how to do it. And it's just coming in and I'm driving it with a pile of cash and hot women or hot men or whatever your preference is. But that's not how the law of attraction actually works. You see, that's only a part of the process. People think that you don't have to take action for the law of attraction to work. And no, you don't need to take action to begin the process. But the process isn't finished. The process isn't complete. You have to take action. And so the third thing that's blocking you and preventing what it is you want coming into your life, and again, a lot of times giving you the opposite, is inaction. Let's write that in real quick. Inaction. And this is another huge one because I really do feel that a lot of people come to the law of attraction thinking it's the easy way out. Like, oh, I can just think about things and it'll magically appear in my life. Now, magical things can happen. And, you know, you can demystify magical. It's all within possibility. So it just seems magical maybe because you've never experienced it. But magical things happen when you combine the positive thinking, the affirmations, the changing your belief patterns with changing your actions and to actually get moving. You know, don't be like the sloth, even though they're adorable and we should all take care of the sloths. They're awesome creatures. But, you know, don't be like this sloth that's like, yeah, I'm not going to do it today. You know, feeling good feeling thoughts is the first step, and you should be doing it, but it's not the last step. Because what's going to happen when you start feeling good feeling thoughts is you're going to be inspired, and inspiration requires your action, co-creative. The universe gives you the inspiration and gives you the energy that's going to allow you to go out there and actually do things from an inspired, aligned place. But it's up to you to take the action. It's up to you to use those good feelings now that you've developed, that good energy in motion, that good emotion that you're feeling excited, you're feeling happy, you're feeling joyful, you're feeling grateful and abundant. But then to actually complete the cycle by going out and taking the action. You know, I say this a lot, but the universe will open so many doors for you, but it will not force you or even do anything when it comes to making you walk through it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Same analogy, or same idea, just different analogy. So a lot of people think good feeling thoughts, and you will start to develop better energy, but the cycle will not be complete until you start taking the action. And so just remember, inaction is the third mistake a lot of people make when it comes to manifesting. You know, they'll start thinking more abundant thoughts, and all these ideas on a business they can start will come in, or all of these ideas that are in their heart on how they can make money will come in, or all of these ideas on how to bring more abundance physically into their life will come in, and they won't follow through on them. Because again, somewhere along the line, people started to believe that you can just think it and it will magically fall into your lap. And that's not the case. It can be magical. It can absolutely be magical, but you have to show up. You have to be part of this co-creative process. It's not just the universe doing the work. You have to show up as the other side of that co-creative process. And a lot of that is going to be, yes, using your visualization, your affirmations, your energy to show the universe what it is you truly desire, but then taking the action when the universe gives you the action that's going to give you what it is that you desire. It knows exactly what you need to get that thing, but you have to then go out and actually make that happen after you've become aligned and you're given the corresponding action. So that's number 3, guys. Right on to number 4. And guys, number 4 is another huge one. And the reason this one is going to definitely bring you the opposite of what you want is because it is combining a lot of these things that we've already talked about. And that is being in autopilot mode. You see, most people have not conditioned themselves or rewired themselves to the point where they can just automatically go through life and think positive thoughts, you know, have certain affirmations they say to themselves or behaviors that actually encourage the things they want to come to them. You see, most people, when they're in autopilot, they're pretty negative. You know, they're thinking of the things they don't want, what can go wrong. And so if you are continually in autopilot mode, which is unconscious, which is you're allowing your unconscious to take control, you know, think about just, you know, in a car, autopilot mode or plane, autopilot mode, you know, and it's not that these things can't be useful, but if your programming isn't good, these things can actually be very detrimental. If your belief systems are not serving you and you're in autopilot mode all the time, well, you're operating from those belief systems or your old story or whatever you want to call it. But if you do that, you're only ever going to get what you've already gotten. Because you, up until this point, have received certain things in your life, you've accomplished certain things have happened. All of that has pretty much been a result of your belief patterns, your belief systems that you've held up until this point. And so if you're watching this and the things you have in your life are phenomenal and fantastic, well then you're probably going to be okay on autopilot, because eventually we're all aiming to rewire our subconscious to the point where our autopilot actually serves us, our subconscious actually serves us instead of hinders us. But most of us have been brought up in a way, conditioned in ways that do not serve us. And so we need to, as often as we can, get out of autopilot mode I guess like I can just put an arrow right here for autopilot, but we need to get out of autopilot mode because we're asleep at the wheel. And we're just allowing life to kind of just throw us about without actually being conscious about it, without actually monitoring our thoughts and the actions we take. Why is it a lot of people seem to be the exact same person, seem to have the same beliefs patterns, seem to do the same things one year to the next, and then wonder why things don't change? Because they're in autopilot mode. And again, once you get to the point where this is serving you, absolutely allow it. And continue to monitor it, so just in case, you can add things to it, more things that might serve you. But ultimately, if you can remain more conscious about your thoughts, your words, your actions, the energy you're in, and continue to shift that consciously to what it is you actually want, then you will start to actually manifest the things you want. But if you found you're not manifesting the things you want, maybe you're even getting the opposite of what you want, make sure you're not in autopilot mode all the time. Because if you are, this is going to be a huge reason why you're not receiving the things that you want, and you're not getting any closer either. And last one, guys, number 5. As you can see from this amazing drawing of mine, ahem, universe. Come on, where's my stuff? Ahem. Guys, 2 o'clock already. I asked for my stuff at 1:30. Where is it? Excuse me, universe. It's been a week since I did that one time, asked for that one thing, and aligned my energy maybe for a few moments. Where is it? And so number 5 is impatience. Impatience. You see, again, with the co-creative process, you come with what it is you want. You think, though, put yourself in the good energy as often as you can, and then it isn't up to you. And yes, you'd be like, well, but Dave, but what if I want this? It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, that's not how it works. Now, there's certainly things you could do to accelerate the process, but usually that's just keeping yourself in that good energy, continuing to take the actions, stop micromanaging the universe. And if you really continue those 3, your manifestations will start to come in. But you do not get to choose when. The manifestations, what it is you want, will come in divine timing, and you will never receive something you're not ready for. You will never receive something that's going to be against yourself to a degree. So if something hasn't been coming in for a long time, instead of looking at the universe going like, excuse me, all law of attraction, coaches, everyone who said, I can bring what I want to my life, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? And if you're ever at that point where you're thinking those things, you probably need to go back, take a step back and monitor what you've been doing, what you've been thinking, what you've been saying, because you've probably at some point in the process sabotaged yourself. And so this one again, is it impatience or impatience? I think it's impatience, but anyway, I might be spelling that wrong. Have some patience with me, haha. So be patient with me here. But impatience, I think it's impatience. I'm really not sure. Now I'm in my own head, but we're just gonna keep going and I'll look a little silly if I got that wrong. Doesn't matter. Impatience. And this is big, guys. The more I've been researching this stuff, experiencing this stuff, actually living this stuff, the more I realize that everything happens in divine timing, and there's a reason for everything. If certain things are not coming into my life, I know they're not meant to come into my life in that moment, or there's something I'm doing that's preventing that thing from coming into my life, and the universe is not going to give me something I'm not ready for. I think one of the biggest things that people want to manifest is money. And so I think a lot of people will be like, well, why isn't the money coming in? And people don't like to believe this, but I truly believe you're not going to receive the money like that you want until you're ready. Because how many people have we, for example, seen that have had a lot of money come in and then ruin their lives, like lottery people who've won lottery tickets or inherited a bunch of money and it's destroyed them. It's ended up in suicide for them or all of these different things, right? Now, that journey as well will serve as a lesson to them. But for you, the only way I can look at it is the universe doesn't want you to go down that path. And so you're not going to bring that in until you're ready. You're not going to bring that in while your beliefs are a certain way, for example, or while you haven't experienced certain things yet. And so you have to understand it will come in divine timing. But doing all of this stuff, well, not doing this stuff, doing the stuff I recommended other than this to do is going to accelerate that process. You are going to align more to it, and it will start to come in if you do that. But it's also then having the patience, because I feel even when people, it's rare that people end up getting this because they're not even aware of it. You're aware of it now, so it will definitely increase the likelihood if you keep doing these things that the things you want will come into your life. But I feel like the final step after that is just being patient. Understanding the universe has your best interest at heart. The universe has your back. It's not trying to screw you over, ever. It just isn't. It has your best interest at heart. And so understand, anything not coming in, there is a reason for it. Perhaps it's coming in a little bit later. Perhaps it wants to test to see if you really mean it. For example, someone who actually is abundant or says they feel abundant, but after a few months of it not coming in, doesn't feel abundant. Well, they never really had faith in abundance to begin with, because they would have kept their faith in it. It would have been like, oh, I'll keep my faith in it if it shows up within these parameters, within this time. So that's just something to keep in mind. Make sure you also have patience. Now, don't have patience in the sense of taking an action, being like, well, I'm just going to not do anything and just have patience. No. Again, have patience and use that time where you're being patient to check up on these and be like, I am doing these, right? Like I am not, am I micromanaging the universe? Maybe I am a little. Maybe I need to just back off that. Am I complaining? Maybe I need to, just be more aware of that. Maybe I need to introduce some more affirmations into my life and really connect to those. Or maybe I need to do some more meditation. Whatever can align you with doing the positive side of these things more and not doing the things that are blocking you. Maybe I'm not taking enough action. I keep getting these inspired ideas on how I can earn more money or how I can do this or that, and I'm not taking action on them. So you do want to take stock of these things. And then after that, patience. It's coming, guys. It is coming. Great things are coming if you are doing the rest that I went over. But at that point, patience needs to be exercised, and understand everything happens in divine timing. It's not going to happen in any other way. It's not going to happen until he says, the universe, God, your higher self, oneness, whatever you want to say. It's not going to happen until they know it's time for it to happen. And so, guys, those are the 5 manifesting mistakes that are going to prevent you from receiving what you want, and again, can sometimes even bring the opposite of what you want into your life. Make sure you are not doing these things and you're doing the opposite. Again, the opposite for inaction is obviously taking inspired action. The opposite of impatience is obviously exercising some patience. The opposite of being an autopilot is being more conscious. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you like this style and you want me to do more on this topic in this way with these little illustrations, which will get better over time. I promise you. The universe, God, whatever, will not have a lazy eye next time, hopefully. And it's not too bad. I gotta give myself a little credit. It's not too bad. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I love you. Get out there and start manifesting. Stop making these mistakes if you're making them. Just switch them. No guilt involved here. Just gently ease yourself into doing the things that are going to serve you. And I will see you in the next video.